One of the best parts about combat is arguing over a fantasy fight. And a matchup between Roberto Duran and Manny Pacquiao is absolutely one of the best you could ever imagine. In one corner, Manos de Piedra, the hands of stone, in a career that spanned 5 decades. Duran finished with a mind-boggling record of 103-16 with 70 knockouts. The guy won titles in enough divisions that even some of the greatest people in history started to lose count.
Roberto Duran has, at the age of 46,
Yeah.
he has won the title 3 times. How many?
He was
4 times.
recently
4 times.
one of the
4
champions.
times. 4 times.
But in the opposite corner, you've got the only champion in history to win a piece of the title pie in 8 divisions. Pacquiao dominated from fly right up to junior middleweight and claimed 5 lineal titles along the way to become the first man to win a title in 4 of the glamour divisions. Side by side, Duran is taller, Pacquiao has the reach, and we've evened out their weights. While Pacquiao's record dwarfs that of most current fighters, the experience advantage clearly goes to the Panamanian, who almost doubles Pacquiao's wins and KOs. Except information like this isn't what we're here for. Yes, these are 2 of the all-time greats, and they both have long careers. But we're not comparing their careers. We want them to fight, and we want them to fight at their best. Pinpointing Duran at his best is a relatively easy task.
Roberto Duran, 132 1/4.
For many boxing analysts and historians alike, the Panamanian is the best lightweight in history, bar none. When he was just 21, and with a record that already read 28-0 with 24 knockouts, Duran faced the lineal champ Ken Buchanan in Duran's first title fight. He won with another stoppage, and then he won his next 37 lightweight bouts before vacating the title. For Pacquiao, it's a bit more difficult to determine when or at what weight he was at his best because of how the Filipino power-punching pugilist continually fought across such a wide range of divisions. Most of his biggest paydays have been above lightweight, at or around welterweight, but it's no over-exaggeration to say he's always looked small there. Where Pacquiao really made a name for himself was as a feather and super featherweight in divisions below lightweight, and that's where he was absolutely terrifying. He only moved up because that's where Oscar de la Hoya and all of the pay-per-view money was. They fought at welterweight, and while he did pummel the Golden Boy to bits, he looked tiny, and he didn't stay there long. Pacquiao immediately moved back down to beat the light welterweight champ Ricky Hatton, whom he just quietly obliterated with one of the best punches in history. And then Miguel Cotto at a catchweight, also below welterweight. He didn't want to be there. In fact, the difference between pre- and post-welterweight Pacquiao says everything. Before De La Hoya, Pacquiao won 90% of his fights, 75% of the time by knockout. From De La Hoya onward, against bigger opponents, those numbers dropped to 79 and just 27 respectively. In short, he's too short for welterweight. He was a demon at featherweight, so it's easy to argue that he should have been most effective at lightweight. So that's where he'll face Duran. With that cleared up, let's talk styles, starting with Pacquiao. And the first thing to say is that he seems to defy the laws of physics. The way he can dart in and out and around on one leg, both legs, or even no legs, while still landing a load of punches, has to be seen to be believed. And landing punches leads us to the next thing, which is that he is aggressive. This is a man who does not like to wait for opponents. He can teleport in to land with power that a man his size should not have. Or he can get in close to land a lot of shots with blisteringly quick combinations. And I mean a lot. At his peak, he could throw over 1,000 punches a fight. And all of that is why him facing Duran would be so epic. Because of all the boxers in history, there aren't too many who enjoyed a fight more than Duran. And where he really loved to fight was on the inside. Duran's relentless, high-pressure, marauding style meant bullying people constantly and consistently, literally wearing them down to the ground if he had to. If an opponent got back up, the barrage would simply start again as he delivered crushing blows to the head and body and anything else he could hit until his opponent's body or will was broken, whichever went first. But he was more than that. Duran was a highly intelligent, highly gifted outfighter when he needed to be. And like most of the best crowders in history, his evasive skills were greatly underrated. That's how he got in close, with speed and head movement. And when he got there, he could land his famous hands of stone. For both men, endurance, resilience, power, and aggression are four of their strongest assets. And that's exactly what makes this such a great fight. They both come to win, and they're both happy to take every shot you've got to land even more in return. It's where they differ that could prove crucial. Duran's defensive acumen in close is superior. He was simply better at not getting hit when he was in the pocket. But his problem could be Pacquiao's constant in and out movement. Hitting the Pac-Man in the pocket has always been hard, and keeping him there even harder. So, could Duran bully a lightweight Pacquiao against the ropes for another soul-destroying demolition job? Or would Pacquiao's speed and movement be too much for another great champion? Who knows, but you can bet your life it would be one of the craziest, most action-packed slobber knockers boxing has ever seen.
Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.